A lot of people want to know, Kris, can you time the market when it comes to real estate? Like, are we in the crash? Is the crash ahead? Should I be selling right now? Is 2023 the time to sell my house? Well, check it out. This is my house. And right over here, you can see 5 houses, multi-million-dollar houses, all being built in the background, including an addition on that I'm putting in on my house right now. And this is what a lot of people want to know. Are these people going to get financially screwed? As in, what happens if they don't finish the house on time? Will the market drop? Will prices drop? Are they going to be financially hurt? In today's video, I'm going to help you understand, much like winter that we're in, that while our planet goes through seasons, there are 3 different types of cycles that you want to be aware of in the game of real estate. And at the end of this video, I'm going to give you my prediction on 2023 and whether you should or shouldn't be selling for maximum profit. Welcome, Kris Krohn here, and today we're talking about this: when to sell your house before the market crashes. You got to be honest, the market has been weird for the last couple of years, right? I mean, we saw a 50% increase in real estate market values. It makes sense that there was going to be some kind of correction, and for the last 9 months, we're seeing that correction come into play. And people want to know, Kris, like, should I sell right now if I need to sell, or what do you think will happen in 2023? And right now, this comes down to your understanding of 3 cycles. So rather than just spoil it and just say, hey, here's my answer, I will give you that at the end based on my $2 billion worth of real estate investing over the last 2 decades. But first, I want to help you understand where my answer is going to come from. And it comes from understanding that there are 3 dominant cycles that determine the price of real estate. Cycles dominate our life. Like right now, I'm in the summer of my life, and after summer comes fall, eventually winter, a little bit of a metaphor for death, right? Our world flows in seasons. Real estate does as well. Real estate runs in cycles. There are several financial, economic, and demographic cycles that influence the price of real estate. Figuring out where we are in each of these cycles is critical in timing when to buy, sell, or hold to maximize your investment. And today, I want to share the 3 most important cycles that are going to help you understand the answer to this question. Kris, when's the market going to crash? When should I exit on my property? So the first cycle we're going to talk about is actually seasonal fluctuations, as in literal spring, summer, fall, winter. It's not a metaphor right now. Like, I literally mean the 365-day calendar, and outside it's white because it's winter, and after that comes spring, and the cycles are predictable and they never go out of order. Real estate follows a predictable seasonal pattern of high activity in spring and summer and a sharp drop during the winter. Prices change up to 10% between seasons. With this in mind, the best time to list your home is likely sometime between April and July. In other words, if you're not desperate just based on this cycle alone, now is not the time to list a property. You would generally want to wait for spring and summer because that's when people are looking to buy real estate. That's when you have your buyers out there that are scouring the market. People typically are doing that less in winter. The second cycle, very different than seasons. It's called supply and demand. And this is one of the most important cycles in really understanding the long-term trends of real estate. Supply and demand for real estate typically goes through 4 phases. First, there's an initial expansion, which means we don't have enough homes, we should start building homes. What leads to that? People make babies. And we also have people coming to this country. And so as long as we have immigration and population growth, we're always going to have some type of expansion phase. But that doesn't mean that we build the exact number of homes for the exact amount of need, right? So what ends up happening is we build too much, and that's called oversupply. It's like, we only needed 150,000 homes and someone built 300,000. Well, we know that the value of a home is what someone's willing to pay. So when you run out of people to buy homes, guess what it means to the value? It's going to drop substantially. So usually after an oversupply, there's a correction. And we're going to call that a recession here. That's the 3rd phase. And what that does is that it eventually leads to recovery. And you know where recovery comes from? It comes from more population increase. It comes from more immigration, which leads to, hey, it's time to build again. And the cycle continues. Since America currently is still short 3.8 million homes, there's still a major expansion phase ahead of us before supply outpaces demand. Again, one of the most important cycles, but we know that there's another cycle that can supersede this, and I'm going to tell you about that one right now. This 3rd phase is called macroeconomics. Although real estate is typically a safe haven from market volatility, current high interest rates decrease the loan amount a home buyer can qualify for, currently by 35% compared to January 2022. This has led to a 32% decrease in home sales between January and October 2022. This comes straight out of Forbes, and what this basically is saying is that, sure, we might be missing millions of homes, but if interest rates get jacked up and all of a sudden the cost of a mortgage is increased 20, 30, 40%, people can't afford it. So they're saying, well, yeah, we need a house, but guess what? We are forced to rent right now because it's too expensive to buy a home. By the way, we also have inflation that has hit real estate. We've seen the price of real estate go up dramatically. So between that and interest rates hiking, guess what? People can't afford real estate right now. And so it's like, yeah, we're missing millions of homes, but the macroeconomic cycle is actually superseding it and saying, well, we still have to pause and wait. Because if rates come down and if property prices correct, guess what? Then we can fill our 3.8 million missing order of homes, which by then is actually probably going to be 1 million or more. So when I pull out my magic crystal ball and superimpose these 3 cycles on top of each other, the question really is, what's going to happen in 2023? Here's what I'm going to tell you. The answer I'm going to give you in a few minutes is very different than what you might think, because when everyone is running in one direction, Warren Buffett says you should be going in the opposite direction. If you're talking about making money, the bigger a problem, the bigger the recession, the bigger the fallout, the bigger the correction, the bigger the opportunity. The bigger the problem, the bigger the opportunity. Like, that's what I want to put in your head before I give you this answer, because what I'm about to tell you is very counter-cyclical, and it's very counter to what all the fake news is telling you out there, which is, oh my gosh, get out of Dodge. This is the worst time to be in real estate. Don't you know that Fannie Mae just came out with a survey and said that 79% of Americans are basically saying this is not the time to buy real estate? Is that true? So here we go. We have these 3 converging cycles. Low supply is keeping home prices inflated, while the winter slump and high interest rates decrease the amount of active buyers. This creates a strange situation where sellers have a price advantage, but those who sell have to either downsize or move somewhere cheaper. Which finally leads to the answer. Should I sell my house in 2023? And you're going to love this answer. It depends. Let me qualify. As long as interest rates stay stable or go down, spring and summer of 2023 will be a great time to sell an investment property or move to a less expensive market. But prices will drop sharply once development restarts, making late 2023 a likely buyer's market as interest rates decline. Right now, I'm going to tell you that because people are scared of the market, I'm telling you that foreclosures are up, and it means overall that now is the time to buy real estate if it's an investment property. If it's for you and your family, take this advice and wait for rates to drop, wait for there to be a correction in price, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna lock yourself likely into a 30-year mortgage that's way more reasonable. But if you're an investor or if you're a subscriber to my channel, I'm gonna tell you that if you have the right philosophy and the right system, it's always the right time to buy. And I've waited 10 years for this market because what's happening right now is I am getting really great reduced pricing discounts on properties. It means that I'm walking into equity, and that means that my cash flow is higher. It means that my ROI is higher. It means that I'm gonna make more money on average per deal. If you wanna learn more about that, check this out. So what if I told you that over the last decade that I was averaging at least a 25% ROI on any money put into investment grade real estate? Passive, turnkey, for the most part, really hands off. Well, the truth is my actual ROI is significantly higher than that, but if all it's doing is 25%, over 20 years, it outperforms a 401k or an ROI 27 to 1. That's the difference between a retirement of a couple $100,000 and several $1 million, which is why 90% of all millionaires make it in the game of real estate. Here's what I'm really saying. If you understand cycles, if you understand timing in the market, and you've been waiting to invest hardcore in real estate, you just picked the perfect entry time. And I'm going to tell you right now that I have a way of doing real estate that is hands down the simplest, easiest, most passive approach while having it working for you day and night, literally even as you sleep. And if you click the link below, you can learn about partnering with me, where me and my team will literally do all the work for you. We go in as 50-50 partners. You usually have the money come from a 401k, IRA, equity in a home, savings or something like that. And then I do 100% of the work. And for the most part, people love this arrangement because it means that they can build the retirement of their dreams. It means that they can get in the game, but at the same time, not risk the learning curve, making mistakes, or just dumb decisions that come if you're not experienced in this. I've done literally $2 billion worth of real estate investing. I've learned the game inside and out, and frankly, haven't learned anything in years because it's a system, and this system is about as perfect as it's ever going to get. So if you want to learn how to really financially get ahead, click the link below, learn about partnering with me, see if it's for you, and who knows, we literally might be talking to each other next time with you as my partner, going into this beautiful, perfect timing market and crushing it in real estate. You know, there is an argument why you should never sell your house. And that's kind of crazy talk because people are like, come on, Kris, do you really mean that? Well, in the video right here, I'm actually going to show you a type of real estate investing where you would actually never want to sell. And if you want to know what that looks like, click right here or lose in this snowball fight.